Hello, student. This is Mr. Teo. This is from EG3959. Welcome to the module Instrumentation and Supervisory Control. My name is Teo Chi Kiong. I'm the module coordinator. Module leader for this module. Without further ado, let me start by sharing with you the blackboard and explain a little bit on how we navigate the blackboard. Okay, before that, let me do the setting correct by hiding away all the control panel. Now, as you can see, this is the blackboard for EG3959. So if you enter this blackboard in your student view, you should be able to see all these things, right? So first I go to the announcement page. Okay, for the announcement page, I have just recently appended and updated the announcement for this whole semester. Basically, all the important dates of submissions are here, and the percentage of each of the components are all written here, right? For example, week 5, you have a lab test that is 15%. Week 6, there is a lab 4 submission, which is 5%. And week 7, there is where your weekly quiz all need to be submitted for week 7, right? So weekly quiz is open for week 1, and week 7 is open right from the beginning, but at the week 7 itself is closure for all the week 1 to week 7. So you have to actually finish all the quiz. But if you do it on a weekly basis, it's not so stressful. So etc., so on and so forth. I will not go through everything. Then, of course, below here, I have appended some basic information on the e-lecture. Basically, it's your self-learning lecture. So on weekly basis, please go through the e-lecture, which is e-lecture week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 of the presentation slide. Because you are expected to go through the lecture by yourself, as it is self-learning. It is catered for self-learning. It's not catered for face-to-face learning. So please also refer to the Words document attached for the chapter. For each lesson, please attempt the quiz. There's a quiz down there for you to assess and understand the weekly lesson, right? So note that all lecture tutorial for this module are self-learned. So lecture and tutorial, basically for this module, lecture and tutorial are together in the 2-hour session. So they are actually placed under self-learn. So therefore, you have to really go through it yourself. Hence, it is very important for you to spend time reading and comprehending the material promptly for the week. If you miss out this week, then next week you have a carryover effect and you may not be able to catch up because this module is quite mathematically intensive, right? Now, the laboratory-wise, it is a face-to-face mode, so it's not so stressful. You will meet me in the lab. You are expected to sign up and install the lab view and control and design simulation software. Basically, is LabVIEW. There's a LabVIEW installation folder, which is inside the LabVIEW, the laboratory folder on your PC. So before week 1, you have to download and install it so that it is ready for use anytime we say, hey, this lab we want to go Zoom, go remote. So basically, then you need to do it from home, right? So, like for example, some occasion, like for example, that week there is a graduation ceremony. So I may have duty and it's not scheduled for any lesson to be conducted. Then we have to do it remotely, like for example, online. So therefore, you can use Zoom for that matter, right? So please get your LabVIEW ready in your lab sheet, in your notebook. Now, okay. However, due to assignment, sometimes some week there may be a swap, but tentatively, face-to-face is for lab, and then the self-learn is basically for lecture. And rest assured that all the lecture are with recorded video, right? So now if you move on to the welcome page, basically states what this module is all about, right? What this module is all about. So this is my name, Teo Chi Kiong. Again, I'm from School of Engineering. So basically, it tells you that this is a 2-hour lecture, 2-hour laboratory session per week, right? So for this one, in order to make it to 60 hours. So the purpose of this module, but of course, the different thing compared to last time is Right now, one of the 2 hour is self-learn, that means e-learning, that means you learn yourself. Whereas the other 2 hour is a lab-based and there's a face-to-face lesson. Now, the purpose of this module is to give students a good grasp of the theory and concept behind instrumentation and control. So after going through this module, student will be in better position to appreciate, understand and analyze things and processes happening in a plant, for example, a power plant or petrochemical plant. So it will be an activity with lots of fun and computation and experiment, right? Experimentation. So basically, this is the welcome page of the module. Then I think this page you will be more interested because it spells out the learning objective of this module, which is 4 of them. This one will be repeated in one of the slides, maybe in lecture 1, basically telling you after students go through this course, what is expected outcome that they will be. Then, of course, there is this module delivery plan for every week for the whole of the semester up till week 15. Now, take note that there is self-learning hour and there is face-to-face delivery during lab. And on the remarks column, I have put down, for example, that particular week, for example, week 2, there is a Labor Day on Friday. Okay, so Friday, it doesn't clash with any of the lessons, so there is no need for makeup. But the moment, for example, graduation ceremony, right? You see here, graduation ceremony is on 3rd and 4th of May, so it's Monday and Tuesday. So depending on whether there is a crash or what, actually I prefer not to cancel the lesson because this is doing lab 2, and lab 2 is very important for your lab test. So we'll see how as it go along. And then of course Harira Plaza. So each of the tested item, the assessment item, for example, lab test, it is proctored. So it's 15% basically on level control using LabVIEW, right? And then of course on week 6 there's lab 4 submission. All these are the same as the just now those items that I highlighted here. In fact, these are only more in table form, those green ones. So if you scroll all the way down, this is the entire assessment plan that adds up. So there is actually 4 big categories. One of them is practical, which means lab test is 15%, and 3 lab assignment is 555. So it's 15 plus 555, you get 30%, right? Now the weekly quiz from week 1 till week 15, but minus the 2 weeks break, is actually 13 weeks. Out of the 13 weeks, it is make up of how many percent? 10%, right? And then there is another quiz, e-quiz on week 11, which is another 15%. So 10 plus 15 give you 25%, right? Total 25%. Now, assignment-wise, it will be a group assignment with a few questions. So you guys will be grouped into groups, and then you basically do the discussion yourself and then submit the finalized solution in the blackboard, through the blackboard to me. Of course, this is the group work, so therefore everybody try to participate. But of course, you submit the best solution so that the whole group will get a good answer. It's not, oh, I do my part, I submit 1 question, and then you do your part, you submit 1 question. So as a result, sometimes your answer varies from question to question. So you won't optimize. So the better student maybe has to help out more in order to get a better mark for the assignment, right? Now, finally, the test, it will be the proctored again, the proctored test, which is on is scheduled for week 16, right? Week 16 is a 1 hour test with, I think, 3 questions, if I'm not wrong, 3 questions. And basically that is 25%. Oh, so this is basically your entire module delivery plan. So this is an overview of the module. Then, of course, if you want to find my contact is here. This is my email. There is my work phone and my office location. Now, my working hour is Monday, 3 to 6, 8:30 to Monday to Thursday, 8:30 to 6 p.m. and Friday is 8:30 to 5:30 p.m. Now, that is before the COVID time. Now currently for the COVID time, the hour is slightly shift. Maybe I should update later the actual COVID phase 3 operating hour. Because for phase 3, we are only supposed to be in school for 3 days. Monday, Tuesday, which is my lesson with you guys. And then, of course, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm not supposed to go to school because we are supposed to work 3 days and 2 days work from home. Then, of course, the last day, which is Friday, which was, I also schedule my consultation hours with you guys, and that is on a Friday, right? So basically, that's the working hour point of view. Then, of course, the very most important thing is this 3 section. Before I go into this 3 section, let's go talk about the Zoom. So most of your Zoom information, if you want to go online Zoom with me, you come to this Zoom e-lesson, right? So when you come to this Zoom e-lesson, of course, N1, you will only see N1. Let's say you are having a lab Zoom with me. Yeah? So N1, you only see N1. N2, you only see N2. You will not see all 3 of them. So this is basically, you will choose and go into the N1, right? But for lecture, I use a common platform, right? Let's say you guys really cannot make it face-to-face and it's urgent. You want me to Zoom with you, I can Zoom with you. But of course, for consultation, I prefer face-to-face because a lot of things mathematically and explanation is easier to talk face-to-face rather than using Zoom. Sometimes Zoom, you cannot express a certain thing and then only at one time one person can talk, but in face-to-face, multiple person can add a view. So therefore, I think if you want consultation, it's better to come during my scheduled time every Friday, 2 to 4. If you need me, just come and knock my door. And if I'm free, I think most of the time I may be okay. So I would basically help you guys, right? So that is the e-Zoom and a consultation hour. Now go to the lecture. I schedule in terms of weeks because there is actually 15 weeks, right? So of course there is 2 missing week, which is the term break. So there is no lesson on term break. So therefore I don't put material in for the term break, right? But each of the week, if you go into there will be the actual chapter write-up. That is the detailed one. For example, week 1, we cover chapter 1 and chapter 2. Not to be scared. Chapter 1 is just an introduction of a general view. So this one, chapter 1 is not tested. If you don't read chapter 1, I'm fine with it. But then it's just a general view of the why instrumentation is important, how it apply to your EEE profession.